The Rebbe wanted to teach us that the divine presence is everywhere in our lives. Not only did the divine presence create the world, but it is actively recreating the world and in it, in all the specifics. To make the point, he categorized miracles into two. There are the clear miracles and the miracles that are not clear to understand. Within the clear miracles, of course, we can take, for example, the Exodus of Egypt, all the plagues, the splitting of the Red Sea, the manna, and so forth. And for the non-direct miracles, he gives an example of Megillat Esther, of the story of Esther, and how the Jewish people were saved, as it seems, by coincidence, by several steps and occurrences that passed, which had nothing to do with divine providence, but really did. Right? The fact that Haman had the ability, he was the second in charge to the king, and he had the ability to kill the Jews, and was not successful because Esther married the king, and Mordecai was her uncle, which discovered a plot against the king and became closer, and then all the steps going to Haman being hanged instead of the Jews. So that is non-clear miracles. Within the non-clear miracles, the Rebbe separates them into two as well. In them, there are the clear, non-cleared miracles and the clear miracles. I'm confusing myself. So the unclear miracles are such like the growth of a plant. Sure, we can attribute it to nature, but if we pay specific attention to how a plant grows, it's amazing, right? A bee has to pollinize a flower, which then makes it able to grow another plant. And then the seed goes into the ground somewhere else. And then the land has to be just right to absorb the seed. The soil has to be just right to absorb that seed and to help it grow. There has to be enough sunlight. There has to be enough water, not too much, not too little. And as it grows every step of the way, we can call it nature. But the fact that it has to happen in such a specific way and in a timely manner is a miracle. We just don't see it. And on the other side of things, the clear, unclear miracles are when we say, wow, he was lucky. That person was so lucky. Eze mazal. Right? So, for example, during the current war that Israel has with the animals we are fighting, I myself perceived endless miracles where our soldiers were saved, where bombs were detonated, where I was saved, and shrapnel fell inches from me, from my friends, and nothing happened. Or that we did get wounded, but just in a place that didn't cost our lives. And then we all say, wow, eze mazal. That person has some luck. But it's not luck. It's divine providence. But it's also unclear. Now, in this week's parasha, we read two parashot. Behar Bechukotai. And in it, it explains to us the value of hard work, and from going from hard work to hard work, from harvest to harvest, that our hands may never be still, that we never receive anything without working for it. And this here also shows us how important it is to understand that everything is a miracle. If we would just receive things, we would not see the miracles in them at all. But by working hard and paying attention to the details, we can understand the divinely power that pushes us and gives us what we need to continue doing more and more miracles. And the Rebbe explains it even with the counting in our practical days of Nisan. We have to count the first month, and from it count every month. The meaning is of Nisan, of course. And in Nisan, why do we start the first month, counting in the first month? Because the first month showed us all the direct, clear miracles that Hashem gave us. And we should realize that and count every single month afterwards. And remember how we started in Nisan to understand that God is everywhere, every single minute. And now, as we arrive to the last 9 days of Sfirat HaOmer, let us work hard. Let us count each and every day and not forget to do so. For men, let us put tefillin in the morning every morning and pray. For women, let women light the candles in Shabbat. Prepare the home for Shabbat, for Yiddishkeit. And in so doing, we will actually be part of God's plan. We will be doing what He planned for us, what He designed for us, and in so help bring the Shekhinah, God's presence, down to our world, down to us, which is the whole point of us living in this world. Shabbat Shalom.